Welcome everyone. Security tokens are being advertised as the next big thing in crypto. What are they, and is all the hype really justified? The conversation around securities has been quite a popular one in the crypto industry recently, with a lot of that talk being centered around the American SEC, saying that damn near all ICOs are possibly securities. And on the other side of the industry, we have industry players saying that security tokens will be the new paradigm. Let's start off with the SEC. Well, the SEC has basically said that every token issuance is a security, even though you may claim to be a utility token. The SEC doesn't see it that way. To be clear, a utility token serves a purpose like offering a discount on an exchange like the Binance token, or to pay for cloud storage on a platform, as examples. A security token, on the other hand, does not need to have a utility outside of making some sweet, sweet money, guys. For its investors, of course. They can represent a share in a company, maybe just provide dividends, and are generally thought of as being much more similar to traditional shares. Basically, an investment of money where there is some kind of an expectation of a profit on the other end. But the big difference, though, may be that securities fall under a much heavier scrutiny and regulation than the utility token industry. Many ICOs do have a hard time finding the actual difference and are almost always somewhere in the middle of those two definitions. The STO industry, though, is really going the other way and doing away with all of these pretexts and embracing the label security. Outside of the definition and the legal BS, though, the potential for blockchain to disrupt the securities markets is freaking massive. First, it will offer complete transparency for regulators who can verify transactions on the blockchain, thus making KYC and AML and all that stuff much easier. We can also add in the likelihood of reduced market manipulation due to increased transparency of who has what. The lowering of friction costs could be as high as 90%. The lowering of transaction times is also going to see a monumental reduction. This offers a potential to have a massive influx of liquidity coming to the securities markets by tokenizing, well, almost everything when it comes down to it. Just imagine being able to own a fraction of a property or a piece of art. This is all becoming possible thanks to the blockchain. Right now, the securities markets are business hours, business day kind of markets, which is totally insane that traditional markets still operate like this. We're in the year 2018, guys, and they're still doing 9 to 5. Tokenizing these markets into 24/7 monsters will be game-changing. Security tokens will make capital investing truly global by inviting in a much wider range of investors. It will introduce a huge degree of multi-asset interoperability, and it'll all be storable on your ledger. Furthermore, compliance can be coded into the assets. And speaking of coding, we can also see much more intuitive and interactive models of like dividend payouts, for example, as well as voting and governance and different privileges directly incorporated into the asset. What about having recoverable assets? Lots of possibilities out there, and with new technology, it all starts to get interesting. This disruption to the securities markets could be probably compared to what email did to the postal system. The hows, whats, whos, whens, and whys of investing in securities will be completely turned on its head. Remove the banks, remove the brokers, remove the gatekeepers, get rid of the middlemen. They're not needed anymore. So what are some of the assets most likely to be tokenized? Real estate, Just think about fractional property ownership. Imagine the ability to get really easy rental income and have global liquidity for those investments. VC funds, big potential here for lowering the barrier of entry, and of course, nice seamless payouts. Art and luxury items like cars and super rare watches could really disrupt the auction house industry. And we see the auction house industry moving towards that model. You can loan out your things without having to lose the asset themselves. And what about celebrities and sports teams? Now it starts to get interesting. Imagine getting dividends from ticket sales, from ad contracts, from image rights, and all these different things from your favorite sports star. This gives a whole new meaning to being a big fan. And that, of course, is just the tip of the iceberg. To meet this expected demand, there are a variety of companies and platforms which are being built as we speak, such as Dusk, Own, Polymath, Smartlands over on Stellar, and lots of exchanges that are working right now on getting authorization to list security tokens. But it is clear that this new market will require a whole new infrastructure, from the easy creation of security tokens to new marketplaces to regulatory assistance. In short, the coming years around this industry are going to be super interesting. But while there is a lot of hype about security tokens, the industry is still in its absolute nascent stages, and the market is huge, and the STO market boom could be way bigger than the ICO boom ever was. The ICO market, of course, while making many rich, was and remains a minefield of broken promises and unaccountability. But because STOs can offer a much more real product, they may really turn the ICO market completely on its head. Look, it seems certain that STOs are here to stay, but the trick for STOs will be to provide real value, not just create another massive speculative bubble, to make sure that STOs are the real thing and not just the next big thing. But those are just my 2 satoshis on the securities market. I would love to know your opinion on STOs. Do you think they're overhyped, or do you think that the hype is merited? Let me know about it down below in the comment section. Thumbs up the video, subscribe to the channel if you are new around here. If you'd like to stay up to date with what is happening in crypto, you better hit that notification bell down below. Come and join the conversation over on Twitter. Remember that you are super awesome, and I really appreciate you taking the time out of your day to come and watch this video. Long live the blockchain, and peace out till next time.